Breaking on 4 News now at 6, multiple Spokane organizations are now calling for the police chief to resign, accusing him of favoritism.
We're warming up in Spokane, but beware if you have allergies. The winds are picking up, and so is the pollen in the first alert forecast.
And more breaking news, a school shooting leaves 6 people, including 3 young children, dead at a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee. What we are learning about the shooter tonight. You're watching 4 News now at 6.
We start with breaking news happening right now at the Spokane City Council meeting. About 24 local organizations are calling for Spokane Police Chief Craig Meidl to resign. Good evening. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Spokane Community Against Racism, Jules Helping Hands, and others signed this letter accusing Chief Meidl of giving a group of business and commercial property owners preferential treatment. The groups are presenting that letter tonight. They point to an ombudsman report published December 12th and a newspaper article accusing the chief of unethically giving members of the Spokane Business and Commercial Property Owners Council direction and resources to advance their agendas and giving the group more power than an average person living in Spokane.
Well, this is a live look at the City Council meeting that's just about to get started. According to the Ombudsman report, members like Chud Wendell are allowed to bypass normal protocol when in need of police services. They don't call crime check like the rest of us do.
And that group is accused of getting faster police response times for calls, getting case information ahead of when reports are made public, and other forms of favoritism. Chief Meidl released a statement tonight saying the preferential treatment accusation is unfounded and that he will continue to serve the city as chief. We will have much more on what happens at this meeting tonight on Nightside starting at 11. Now we continue to follow breaking news on a school shooting in Nashville. 3 young children and 3 staff members were killed at that Christian school this morning.
The Metro Nashville Police Department says the shooter, a 28-year-old woman, was a former student of the school. She was shot and killed on campus by police.
CNN's Steve Nans has the latest on reaction from the community.
An all too familiar and tragic scene at an American school, this time in Nashville, a community now in mourning.
I am overwhelmed at the thought of the loss of these families, of the future lost by these children and their families.
Authorities say a 28-year-old entered the Covenant School in Nashville and opened fire, killing 6 people.
Is it a targeted attack?
It was. The victims identified by Nashville police include 3 adults and 3 children. Police have confirmed the shooter was a former student and had detailed drawings of maps of the school, which included entry points. The shooter has no criminal history and carried 2 AR-style weapons in the attack, which authorities say were legally obtained.
We have a manifesto. We have some writings that we're going over that pertain to this day, the actual incident.
In Washington, a plea from President Joe Biden to Congress to take action on guns.
We have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart.
Meanwhile, the residents of Nashville are left in shock, families forever altered.
When we send our kids to school or to any place of safety, we expect them to live, learn, have fun, and come back from that day's experience. We don't anticipate things like this.
I'm Steve Nannis reporting.
In Idaho, a new move adds restrictions on who can use certain bathrooms in Idaho public schools.
In my experience, these people, they don't want to hurt anyone. It's not even in their mind that what they want is to be safe for themselves, and they want to be safe to be themselves.
Governor Brad Little signed a bill to ban transgender students from using the bathroom that doesn't match the sex on their birth certificate.
Students would also be able to take legal action if they see someone of the opposite sex in the restroom. Our Vanessa Perez breaks down the bill and has reaction from parents on the soon-to-be law.
One mom I spoke to believes this bill is a step in the right direction. She believes it all comes down to personal safety. More restrictions for students who identify as transgender in Idaho. Cheyenne has a daughter in the 1st grade. While she's an advocate for trans rights, she says this law is a good idea.
Having a daughter and knowing that she doesn't have to worry about men or anyone coming into the bathroom, whether they are transgender or not, and maybe just even looking, there's been so many instances where boys will go into the girls' room and they're not transgender, they're just doing it because other people can.
Parrish also says she would hope transgender students receive their own bathroom. She says it would make it safer for all.
It is such an issue, and a lot of people do have different opinions, and I feel like, you could respect and understand each one, but what it comes down to is everyone's just concerned about their safety, and everyone wants to go to the bathroom in peace and feel safe.
Public schools would need to provide separate boys and girls restrooms, locker rooms, showers, dressing areas, and even overnight accommodations. Noelle's 2 children attend charter school in the Lakeland School District.
I think as long as there's an alternative offered, such as a single stall or a private bathroom, that there shouldn't be an issue. I also was explaining that I appreciated Lakeland's approach to it with really involving the parent of this child and seeing what they want for their child as well.
The law does not apply to single private restrooms. If a student were to run into a trans woman in the girls' restroom or a trans man in the men's restroom and the school let it happen, it could be sued for $5,000 each time they saw the person. We reached out to Governor Little's office for comment, but have yet to hear back. The law takes effect July 1st. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Well, it looks like warmer temperatures are going to stick with us for most of the week.
We can surely hope so. I have heard a little bit of difference, though, from Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker. We can be optimists, right?
Yeah, why not?
Most of the week is the key term. Today's highs were running below average. We're at 47 in Spokane, 50 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, most locations in the 40s with a fair amount of clouds. But tomorrow will be in the 50s around the region, 54 in Spokane, 53 in Coeur d'Alene and Spangle and Deer Park, 50 tomorrow in Spirit Lake. We are also going to see some more sunshine. Here's a look at the forecast radar. Last of a few clouds tapering off tonight. We'll see an increase in clouds from the south tomorrow morning, but they will likely not make it very far up the Palouse. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We have a system passing by to our south that's going to try to send us some clouds, but I don't think they're going to have a lot of luck working their way into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area until tomorrow evening. Our winds, however, are going to be picking up in the afternoon, and that is going to take a toll on our allergy sufferers. The tree pollen, juniper, poplar in particular, will be in that moderate to high range. So if you are prone to those allergies, you might want to skip the dog walk and just stay indoors. Try overnight tonight. Here are 4 things to know. It's going to be sunny, breezy Tuesday with highs in the mid-50s. We have got cool and wet weather coming, but it's going to wait until the weekend. Not the best timing. I'll be back to tell you about it in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Well, take a look at the images on your screen. Those photos are an inside look at an abandoned home in Northeast Spokane, which has been an eyesore for years. The city deemed the property substandard, abandoned, unfit, and a nuisance, and is forcing a sale. It's now slated for demolition.
Neighbors, they're thrilled. The city hopes to solve a couple problems. 1, clean up the property. 2, potentially bring more housing to the neighborhood. Our Jordan Smith joins us live outside that property with what we can expect moving forward and how neighbors are responding. Jordan.
Well, Aaron, you said it. Neighbors are thrilled. There are beautiful homes all up and down this block, but for years they've all been overshadowed by this house. You can see it's boarded up. The wood is rotting on the sides, and we're learning late this evening that there's rodent activities within the home. The city and neighbors are ready for a change.
It's been a focal point of the neighborhood for years.
The only thing that has been good about it is I use it as a marker for giving people directions.
The property has been in decline for decades, even before Bill Feehan moved in back in 1991.
Always been that way.
Michelle Power moved in right next door.
Nuisance. And I know people come and go in there, and it's not good for the neighborhood because, it's really nice around here, but I know people are deterred coming around here, seeing houses like that.
Decades of neglect and deterioration now reaching a breaking point. The city stepping in to help. They met with the owner back in 2016, detailing multiple issues with the property that needed to be resolved. Nearly 7 years later, little action has been taken.
Obviously, the condition of the property is concerning to the city. There are a litany of violations present.
The city has brought a case against this property and referred it to receivership, meaning a judge appoint a third party to be in charge of the property. That court-appointed receiver listed the property for sale. After years of waiting, change is coming to the neighborhood.
I would like to see them, well, you can see how it is, having them just tear it down, just starts from scratch.
Once the property is sold, the proceeds go to the original owner. The new owner will then offer a plan to demolish the building. As for what will come of the property, new code laws have made it easier to develop multifamily homes in neighborhoods. But that's up for the new owners to decide.
I think that's good. I'm for that. I know a lot of people think that draws in a certain kind of people, but, everyone needs to live somewhere. And I mean, if they're going to update it and make it look better, I'm all for it.
At the very least, neighbors are excited for a fresh start on Nevada in Liberty.
And there is a sale that's pending right now on this property, and that will have to go through the Spokane Superior Court. That hearing is slated to take place in early April. Reporting in Spokane tonight, I'm Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you. President Biden's student loan forgiveness program may face a new threat before the U.S. Supreme Court rules on whether it can be carried out. 3 Republican senators are planning to introduce a resolution to overturn the program. Although the president would likely veto the measure if it succeeds in both chambers of Congress, but votes would force members of his own party who have not all supported the student loan forgiveness program to take a public stance. The program promises up to $20,000 of debt relief for eligible borrowers. It's currently blocked. The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to issue its ruling on the program in late June or early July. A rededication is planned for tomorrow at the Spokane Vet Center near Mirabeau Park in Spokane Valley. In February, we showed you this video of someone vandalizing the center and stealing commemorative dog tags from the Welcome Home Memorial. Along with the dog tags, the thieves also took propane tanks and broke into the Vet Center's Hero Garden. The garden and memorial were a KXLY Extreme Team project. Tomorrow at noon, there will be a POW MIA presentation, followed by taps and the rededication of Welcome Home Memorial. Coming up on 4 News Now at 6, frustrated South Hill neighbors tell us crime's getting so bad they might move away. Hear what they say needs to change.
And communities coming together to rebuild after deadly tornadoes rip through the South. That's after the break on 4 News Now at 6.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're not doing that. With us, it's business as usual.
That's a relief.
And we include a lifetime warranty at no additional cost.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
My name is Bob Rambo, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had lymphoma. I was kind of scared to death, and the doctors recommended I go to Summit Cancer Center. Everybody on the staff there is super neat, nice, and it's kind of like a homecoming. I had lymphoma, and they cured that. I'm very thankful for this cancer center.
BCU is just an incredible community partner. We feel very fortunate to have them on board as we try to help families move forward and be stable and successful.
It is so important for both our families and our staff to receive current financial education.
What Eric's doing with his classes is basically giving them the knowledge they're going to need to be financially self-reliant.
This is not a topic that's typically taught in schools, and yet it is the baseline of access to almost everything that we do.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Massive destruction and at least 25 people killed in Mississippi by tornadoes. Now the communities are coming together to mourn and rebuild.
And I can't find anything at all.
For this man, Erwin Macon, everything he had was taken in an instant, including his home when the tornado tore through this trailer park.
A lot of people are in a whole lot worse shape than I am. You know, losing everything, one thing, but being injured, some loss of life.
One couple was killed when the tornado picked up a semi-truck and slammed it into their home.
I know that they're in heaven right now. And I was told that they passed away in each other's arms.
The director of FEMA says right now the greatest issue is housing everyone whose home was lost or damaged.
Well, tomorrow will be a breezy day across the inland Northwest, and it is the windy season here. Here's a look at our windiest months. April is the windiest month in Spokane, but it is followed right behind by March. I'll let you know how long that wind is going to stick around and what you can expect for the weekend. There's some changes on the way. That's after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower, but you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Spokane and North Idaho's country leader. It goes like one margarita. Bluebird in my heart. Baby, you're playing hard to forget. The big 99.9 Coyote Country.
I'm Jonah, and I'd like to welcome you to the brand new Coeur d'Alene Nissan. You'll find the grand dealership lobby open, comfortable, and relaxing. A service center with state-of-the-art equipment committed to getting you quickly and safely back on the road. There's much more to experience. I'm inviting you to stop in and see us. We're just off Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But firefighters entering a burning house will one day save time when lives are on the line. Visualizing a patient's most recent scan will help speed up decision-making in the ER. And while the woolly mammoth is still extinct, that doesn't mean students can't take field trips to visit them. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
If that was money, yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
Live look over a moody sky here in Spokane. We have the heat of the day depleting and our clouds are flattening along with it. Right here on the far edge of this image, this is looking well to the southwest of Spokane. We see a little bit of virga, precipitation not reaching the ground, but it is falling from the skies. And we do have just a few spots where we're seeing some convective shower activity. No report of any of that reaching the ground, but you may feel a sprinkle or two. But we're drying out overnight with partly cloudy skies. Here's a look at your forecast. 30 for a morning low. Tomorrow, a high temperature. We're back up around average and actually a little above after a cool day today. 54. That sunshine is going to help. Wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. And you see we do still have a few isolated showers around the region, and then a much larger system that I'm tracking tracking, making its way onto the coast from the south, and we are just going to get brushed with that system tomorrow. Here's a look at the forecast. There's the system in question, and you'll notice that the precipitation is going to be staying, for the most part, just south of the Oregon-Washington border. Few isolated showers in the Columbia Basin, but Spokane and Coeur d'Alene is on the far edge of this system. You might notice an increase in clouds tomorrow evening, but for the most part, the precipitation with this system is staying well to the south. We are, however, going to get those easterly winds, and that is going to do a little more than, again, bring that tree pollen into the forefront. If you're an allergy sufferer like me, you will notice that tomorrow might be an indoorsy kind of day. Here's our forecast wind gusts. 8 o'clock tomorrow, some of the strongest winds from the Palouse through the Columbia Basin. Spokane and Coeur d'Alene sort of on the northern extent of the gustier winds. Those will pick up through the evening and then begin to die down for a calmer day on Wednesday. Overnight lows tonight will be down below freezing in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 20s for Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, 32 in Pullman. Our highs tomorrow in the 50s in most locations, even 60 tomorrow in Lewiston. Here's a look at your planning forecast. A beautiful day on Wednesday. Then we'll start to see a few more clouds and a little bit cooler weather make its way in for Thursday and Friday. Friday evening, a chance of showers, and that will continue into what looks like to be a wet Saturday. Cooler weather for Sunday and Monday, bringing in a chance of rain or snow showers. No shoveling. I don't think you'll need your snow tires, but you may see another round of snow showers at your house, very similar to what we saw on Friday. Coming up in the next half hour, I'm looking for signs of some pretty spring weather as we get into April, and all I'm finding is dark blue on the extended forecast. That means cold. I'll tell you all about it in the next half hour.
Thanks, Chris. Well, every March is Child Life Month, and at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, there's a special group of people dedicated to making sure every child lives life to the fullest.
Well, the Child Life Specialist team is made up of professionals who understand the unique perspectives of children of all ages. In this Miracle Monday, Cindy Charles shows us how one family's journey has transformed with the help of a few people at Sacred Heart.
Macy Davis has an autoimmune condition. It's caused her to spend a lot of time in the hospital, and the Child Specialist Care team tries to make sure each time she's there just a little brighter. 7-year-old Macy comes from a big family. She lives with her uncle, Nana, Papa, and her parents. She also has 3 older sisters. 2 of them, along with Macy, have medical conditions.
Her kidneys are never able to properly heal, and this puffy through here in her cheeks is when fluid has left the kidneys, is now free-flowing in her body.
Macy has nephrotic syndrome. That's when the body attacks its own kidneys. While at Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, Macy has received extensive care from the Child Life Specialist team.
They provided some relief, allowed her to just be Macy for an hour or more a day.
The Child Life Care team are trained in helping overcome things that may be especially challenging for children and their families.
My role on the care team is to work with patients and families in the hospital and try to help find ways to help them be able to cope with all of the stress and the challenges that come with hospitalization.
Christina Sanchez has spent a lot of time with Macy, and she's someone who's especially comforting for her.
When Christina walks in the room, the stress level, I think, comes down for her because it's a familiar face.
Christina decorated Macy's hospital room for her last birthday. And when Macy struggled with taking oral medication, Christina found a solution.
Macy loves Moana and turtles and many other things, so I made her a medicine chart that was Moana themed. Every time that she took her oral medication, she got to put a sticker on her medicine chart, and when she filled up her sticker chart, she got a prize. So we just try to find creative ways to help her be able to cope through the stresses that are specific for her.
Christina also says the Child Life team works on trying to get the kids to just be kids.
So much of being a child is being able to play, and a lot of that is challenged when you're in the hospital.
Playing is something Macy loves.
Playing doctors here?
Yeah, play doctor quite a bit, huh?
And pink here?
in paint. Okay.
Macy's mom says right now her daughter's future is a little bit on the unknown side, but she remains hopeful that one day their family will only have to visit the hospital for check-ins rather than severe flare-ups.
Macy and her family have been through so much throughout their journey in the hospital, and Macy's diagnosis might take her in a lot of different directions while she's receiving care here. But as a child life specialist, it's really important for us just to be able to make sure that we're there in any area of the hospital as she copes with different challenges that are presented with her diagnosis, and just find new and creative ways to help support her and her family in any way that we can.
If you'd like to support the Children's Miracle Network, you can find the donation page under this story on KXLY.com. 100% of your donation stays right here in our own community. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Coming up, spring break travel is soaring back to normal, but the industry is still struggling to keep up. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
No one does Truck Month like Wendell Ford, where our trucks are built Ford tough. F-150, Super Duty, Ranger. Some with bonus cash and interest rates as low as 0%. The best Ford trucks go fast. Wendell at the Y on North Division.
What's better than all 3 American Idol judges live on GMA? Well, how about Ryan, too? Good morning, America! The Idol judges and Ryan live. Plus, Shark Barbara Corcoran answers your real estate questions. And Brooke Shields live this week on GMA.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
It's here. It's now. The Grand National RV Show. R&R RV North Spokane is hosting the Grand National RV Show March 23rd through April 1st. Shop over 120 RVs inside the West Coast's largest indoor showroom. Motorhomes, camper vans, fifth wheels, and trailers. The time to buy is now. The Grand National RV Show. March 23rd through April 1st. Indoors at R&R RV North Spokane. Special show pricing, giveaways, and food vendors on site. Visit rnrrv.com for more info.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
This year, improve your backyard from Windsor Plywood. Whether you're looking for the best selection of PVC, composite, or solid wood decking, or some stylish aluminum or iron rod railings, Windsor has a great selection to choose from to turn your backyard into a family fun destination. Just stop by either one of our 2 Spokane locations and let our decking pros help you out.
So much more than a power store. Windsor Plywood.
Plus, delivery is available.
No one does Truck Month like Wendell Ford, where our trucks are built Ford tough. F-150, Super Duty, Ranger. Some with bonus cash and interest rates as low as 0%. The best Ford trucks go fast. Wendell at the Y on North Division.
4 News Now is brought to you by Satay Bistro and Catering Company.
The Blues Festival is back at the Coeur d'Alene Resort this weekend. A few legends and soul singers will be taking us back to favorites from the past. The 13th annual 3-day-long music festival kicks off on Friday afternoon with live music in the lobby of Whispers Lounge. The Blues Cruise will set sail across the lake on Friday evening, followed by Friday Night Live. That means live music through midnight. There will be a rooftop blues party on Saturday and a 5-band festival that night. Live music will continue through midnight. Then you can wrap up the weekend of music and fun with a gospel blues brunch at Dockside on Sunday morning. Local and national artists will be performing through the weekend.
Maria Mulder and the Blood Brothers, definitely nationally recognized, and then some local artists, Diego Romero, the Voodoo Church, and Whack-A-Mole, who we just heard from earlier, and Sarah Brown Band.
Me and my wife and some of our friends. Little rock, little funk, little country, a little bit of everything.
Well, tickets are limited for the Friday Night Blues Cruise, and they tell us they're getting close on that one. You can buy tickets for the entire weekend or specific events at cdaresort.com. We also have that information up on KXLY.com.
Well, spring break travel is soaring back to normal and renewing worry that your flight could be canceled as the industry continues to struggle with staffing shortages and aviation incidents. Meltdowns plagued the FAA in January, Southwest Airlines over the holidays, and industry-wide last summer. The Federal Aviation Administration is already warning of a shortage of air traffic controllers that could cause increased delays at New York's 3 major airports this summer.
We're seeing it with delays, we're seeing it with cancellations, and that is leading some travelers to say, you know what, I would travel more if we could fix that air travel experience.
The latest figures from that travel site called Hopper show many travelers are concerned about flight disruptions. 20% of Hopper's spring break travelers are buying extra trip protection. That's on top of rising airfare, up 4%, it says, compared to 2019.
They were quite pricey this time of year, I guess, due to spring break and due to what's going on in the economy.
They go up one day, they go down the next day. Just be diligent, be on point, and when you see that good price you want, hit the button.
Even still, industry figures say 158 million Americans will fly for spring break. That's an average of 2.6 million travelers every day. The top destinations: Las Vegas, Orlando, Phoenix, Los Angeles, and Miami. This year's spring break travel rush is expected to top pre-pandemic levels. Well, coming up on 4 News Now, a chemical spill into the Delaware River. People are concerned, even though officials say the tap water is safe to drink for now.
An increase in crimes in one South Hill neighborhood has been an ongoing issue for people living here. And coming up, the types of crimes that neighbors have been dealing with for months.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
It's the Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row. Shop today and save big throughout the store. Save on living, dining, and bedroom. Plus, 4 years, no interest. But hurry, the Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Furniture Row ends soon.
This is it. The RV sales event of the year is happening now at Click It RV in Spokane. During the I Want to Getaway sales event, get a trip to Vegas on us. Choose from the best brands: Coachman, Winnebago, Thor, and more. Payments just $175 per month. 0 down, 0 payments until June, and $4,000 over JD Power for your trade-in. Don't let these deals get away. 6 days only. March 23rd through the 28th. The I Want to Getaway event at Click It RV in Spokane. Hurry in today.
For a limited time only, get a new John Deere 1023E compact utility tractor with a 120E loader for only $199 per month. Take advantage of this exclusive offer for low monthly payments on top-of-the-line equipment that gets the job done, backed by our consistent quality customer service. Hurry in to your local Pape Machinery, Ag, and Turf store today to cash in on these limited-time offers and get your property ready for the spring ahead. Pape keeps you moving.
Name?
Special Agent Will Trent, Georgia Bureau Investigation.
37 million viewers have made Will Trent the network TV drama of the year.
Will see things that no one else does.
There's a kidnapping.
You read that crime scene like it was a book.
I bet I can solve this tonight.
You made a bet on this?
So an opportunity to make a little cash.
Why Will Trent? He's good police, and he's objectively hot.
Plus, I'm a pretty observant guy.
New Will Trent, Tuesday, 10, 9 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
It's the Super 7-Day Sell-Off at Denver Mattress. Right now, get the Doctor's Choice Firm for only $664.99. Check out the Summit Firm for only $332.49. Plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Next, E.T.
I'm Jen Aniston.
My name is Adam Sandler, and we are
spilling the E.T.
A wild exclusive.
I was just going to take a sip.
With these longtime friends.
Ask me.
All right. The Rachel.
Oh, God. Why am I your favorite?
Wow. Drew is so angry right now.
Next, E.T.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Frustrations are growing over criminal activity on Spokane's South Hill right now.
Families with kids now say it makes them wary. Neighbors who live near 51st Avenue and Rebecca Street, less than a mile away from the Target store, are fed up with crime and want to see a change for a safer neighborhood. Our Peter Choi has this story.
Now take a look at this. You can still see shattered glass from a previous break-in. And neighbors who live on this street tell me they see crimes like car break-ins and gas tank drilling all too often. And one neighbor says he's considering moving because of the growing crime activity here.
I was frustrated. It was kind of just a disbelief.
Living in the South Hill neighborhood for years, vehicle vandalism was far too common, but when it happened, it shortly became a big issue for Ryan Felker.
They actually destroyed inside the internal door.
Especially for his business.
I own Primal Landscaping and Primal Lawn Care, and just something that I enjoy doing, and it's really difficult to do when, it's always fixing issues with my vehicle that other people are causing.
After talking to other neighbors, he noticed he was not the only victim.
Our roommates were contractors, so they had a lot of tools, various expensive items in their car that were taken from them.
Others with young kids are now considering moving because of safety issues.
If this trend continues, we'd like to move further out into the country.
I'm also told that the apartment's garage doors and mailboxes were forcefully pried open. Felker says he filed a police report and asked the apartment for private security.
We're told that they're going to get it going and they're going to get private security. I've yet to see it, but that's been a couple months in the making of trying to get that here.
And he believes having more street lines will decrease criminal activities.
The street here and the street in between the buildings has no light. There's no light posts, so at night it's just pitch black. So it's very easy to break in.
Adding that more law enforcement patrols near the street should be in place sooner than later. In Spokane, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Live look over Spokane, watching the clouds decrease, but there are still a few isolated showers out there. Hoping the clouds clear to see the 5 planets right around sunset. But right now I'm watching just a few isolated showers down around Lewiston, through the Northeast Mountains, and even parts of the Columbia Basin. We're seeing a few afternoon showers right around Spokane. Those are really starting to taper off. You may encounter an isolated sprinkle or two this evening. But again, skies are clearing, and if you can find a clear sky looking west and an unobstructed view, you have a slight chance to see 5 planets this evening. Probably the toughest to see will be Jupiter and Mercury because they are very low on the horizon and will only be visible for about 20 minutes after sunset. Jupiter, one of the biggest planets, Mercury, one of the smallest, but you'll still need binoculars to see them. They are very, very tiny. Venus, however, the evening star, will be bright as ever. Just above that, you'll find Uranus, then the moon, and then Mars. I think you'll have a good chance to see Mars, the moon, and Venus. The other, you may have to get very, very lucky. We're going to be lucky tomorrow in that our temperatures are going to be in the 50s. I think we're going to see a lot of the sun. It is going to be above average. 52 is our average high. We're heading up to a high of 54. There's cooler, wetter weather in the 7-day forecast and in the 8 to 14-day forecast. I'll tell you about it in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. In Philadelphia, officials say there's no immediate threat to the city's water supply after 3 chemicals leaked into the Delaware River Friday night. But some people living there are still concerned. The city had initially told people to use bottled water, and look, a lot of people took that warning and left a lot of store shelves nearly bare.
No, it's not the sort of thing you want to mess around with, especially because we're in South Philly. We're not that far from the river. I don't need more poison than I already get living in America, you know.
The Coast Guard said in a statement last night that it's collected 60,000 gallons of contaminated water, and there's been no reports of any wildlife affected by the spill. City officials say there's enough safe tap water until at least midnight tonight, and that the risk of possible contamination decreases as time passes.
When the price of just about everything is going up, people are using a new way to get the things they need and save a bit of money. That story coming up on 4 News Now.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington Trust Bank.
Hey, Katie, Luke, and Lionel. What's going on?
Next 5, American Idol judges Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan.
Does that say BFFs?
Watch live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA.
this dynamic is invite only. Fortunately, you're invited. Experience the exhilaration of the Performance line at the Invitation to Lexus sales event.
Use me to take a bite out of food waste and help the environment.
How'd you do that?
Well, give me yard waste, food scraps, heck, even your food soiled paper like pizza boxes, paper towels, and coffee filters. I'll take it to be composted and returned to the soil.
And we'll still be here for the rest.
Learn more at SpokaneCountySolidWaste.org.
ABC's World News Tonight and 4 News Now.
The team you trust here at home.
Across the nation and the world.
When you need information fast.
The crash closed I-90.
When the local story is national news. Those 4 college students murdered in Idaho.
When national stories hit home.
We asked Spokane Police if it has a similar task force.
Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6 with Kirsten O'Connor and Aaron Luna. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck?
Call Russell and Hill, attorneys at law.
Where real people
with real injuries
get real results.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck?
Get real results.
Get Russell and Hill.
Lost camera found.
Here it is.
You found my camera.
Next, Inside Edition. Dropped in a river 13 years ago. Family memories they thought were gone forever, recovered. Then, how a hair clip caused this teenager's grievous injury.
Everyone started screaming, there's blood everywhere, there's blood everywhere.
Why she's saying you should never wear a hair clip in a car. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Our high temperature today, 47 degrees, a little bit of a cool start to the week. 52 is our average high. Sunset at 7:13. But here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. We're going to be actually a little above average for the next 3 days, and then we drop below. We're going to be down here in the 40s heading into the weekend and into early next week, and that appears to be the trend going forward. I was very disappointed to see this latest forecast from the Climate Prediction Center because I'm kind of in the mood for some spring weather too. April 4th through April 10th, we are in the dark navy across the region, indicating a very strong signal of below average temperatures across the entire western United States. Meanwhile, above average precipitation, not as clear cut. We're in the light green, but boy, looks like we may be dealing with some more spring snow showers as we get into April. Here's a look at our forecast over the next 24 hours. And I do have this friend off the coast here that's a little bit tricky because it's just dealing us a glancing blow. And I think all of the precipitation is going to stay south of the border for the most part of the Idaho-Oregon border, or excuse me, Washington-Oregon border. Here as we go through the next 24 hours, it's going to send some clouds our way, mostly high, thin clouds in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. I don't think it's going to be obscuring our sun at any point. Here's Tuesday at 6 o'clock, 24 hours from now, and we have a chance of showers up along the Cascades and possibly into the Wenatchee area, but otherwise we're going to be dry across the region with increasing clouds the further south, the closer we get to this system. This is going to create those easterly winds. It's going to stir up all that tree pollen around the region for a sneezy day tomorrow. Breezy and sneezy, but sunny, and a high temperature of 54. Calmer on Wednesday with a high of 55 degrees and mostly sunny skies. We'll start to see a few more clouds in the forecast Thursday and Friday, and then the rain moves in Friday night into what looks to be a wet Saturday. Rain-snow mix possible on Sunday and Monday as our temperatures continue to drop, and we have some overnight lows down below freezing. I don't think we're going to have to shovel or scrape or worry about snow tires, but just a slow slog towards some nice spring weather, which I assume is going to show up sooner or later. Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. As more and more quick service restaurants give customers the option to tip, more people are feeling tipping fatigue. The number of quick service restaurants asking customers to tip is up 11% since 2020, according to data from a restaurant management software company. But the tipping percentage at these places is down. Professor Deepayan Biswas, who has studied tipping for a decade, is concerned the backlash to tipping could spread to other services.
That's my biggest worry, that it might actually affect the industry where it really matters the most, the full service restaurants where the servers don't even make minimum wage.
He says this new tipping trend started with the boom of digital kiosks. With the price of just about everything going up, people are finding a new way to get the things they need.
If you search Facebook, you'll probably find groups like Buy Nothing Spokane County, an online community where people help each other out by sharing and giving away the things that they no longer need. Becky Worley has the story.
10 years ago, Liesl Clark and Rebecca Rockefeller founded the Buy Nothing Project.
When we started the very first group, I was literally getting food and clothing that I could not afford otherwise.
People are okay with reusing items. People are okay with borrowing and lending. And we don't have to go out and buy new. And we can rely on our neighbors,
including people like Madeline.
I ended up with this beautiful, basically brand new bike that a woman a couple blocks away wasn't using and was willing to give away.
For Jenna Orndorff, it was a lifesaver after a fire.
I lost everything. My apartment was condemned. I was displaced and basically had to start over.
She turned to the local Buy Nothing group on Facebook and surprisingly found a lot.
Plants, cat toys, comforters, quilts, outdoor furniture.
Husband and wife came here and brought this 60-inch TV to my new apartment, the coffee table that it sits on, and also this rug.
And participant numbers have grown. The Free Cycle Network and the Buy Nothing Project claim more than 16 million members. And aside from the millions of dollars saved, these groups are great for the environment.
It's estimated that about 1,000 items are exchanged every day globally on Free Cycle, and that's about equivalent to how much goes into a mid-sized landfill every day. So it's not going to solve our global waste problem, but it's something easy that everybody can participate in.
Okay, I'm amazed. That was a lot of free stuff. That giant TV, really incredible. Buy Nothing communities are hyper-local. In some areas, there may be free items posted on Nextdoor or Facebook Marketplace.
In other areas, the Buy Nothing app may be the best venue for those types of exchanges. Around the world today, strikes have caused the world-famous Louvre Museum in Paris to close. In a statement, the striking union says its members are taking part in this action with the striking Louvre staff to demand the withdrawal of the French pension reform.
And Chipotle will pay out $240,000 to former employees to settle union-busting allegations. It comes after Chipotle shut down a location in Maine about a month after employees of the restaurant filed the chain's first petition to unionize and banned the workers from jobs at other Chipotle locations. Now those former employees will get preferential rehiring in the state for a year. Chipotle says it's settling the case to avoid litigation costs. And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At your locally owned Ace, we've got exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, even if you don't know exactly what it's called.
A thingamajig. A whatchamacallit.
A doohickey.
Thingamabob.
A doodad.
Ace has a huge selection of nuts, bolts, plumbing, and electrical supplies in stock. And at Ace, our experts ask just the right questions to make sure you leave with exactly what you need. Whether it's a whatchamacallit or a thingamajig, come see us today.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word. I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Look at this baseball field and this one. How about this one? Which one is next for a 4 News Now Extreme Team Diamonds and Dreams makeover? How about yours? Go to KXLY.com and tell us why your field deserves a makeover. Diamonds and Dreams brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
I've made mistakes. Is it too late?
He leaves with me or he leaves with Gabby.
Make the decision.
I won't be meeting Zach's family.
This is so painful. How does this happen?
Some people say the metaverse will only be virtual. But firefighters entering a burning house will one day save time when lives are on the line. Visualizing a patient's most recent scan will help speed up decision-making in the ER. And while the woolly mammoth is still extinct, that doesn't mean students can't take field trips to visit them. The metaverse may be virtual, but the impact will be real.
The savings start Tuesday with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Inside, you'll find 20 pages of great store-wide savings, including everything you need for spring cleaning. The savings start Tuesday with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now deliver.
It's to get you the information you need to plan your day.
Breaking news this morning and breaking news you need to keep your family safe.
On Good Morning Northwest, that's what we mean when we say expect more.
The 4 News Now First Alert Weather app. Download or update it today.
New data from the Centers for Disease Control shows that the rate of children being diagnosed with autism started in the year 2000 and hasn't leveled off. Even though that sounds dire, the data does show that we are moving in the right direction when it comes to diagnosing autism spectrum disorder. Our Robin Nance has more.
At first glance, it's a disturbing trend in the U.S. In 11 communities across the country that are monitored by the CDC, more children are being diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder.
2.8% of children, or 1 in 36, were identified as having autism.
Matthew Maynor with the CDC says 5 years ago in those same communities, 1 in 44 children were diagnosed with autism by age 8, up from 1 in 150 children in 2000.
Black, Hispanic, and Asian Pacific Islander children had a higher prevalence of autism compared to white children.
The CDC believes the rising numbers don't necessarily mean there are more cases of autism, but that screening tools are catching more of them, especially in minority populations.
Children with autism are a significantly underserved population in our country.
Pediatric psychologist Eric Butter with Nationwide Children's Hospital says this data shows that we're heading in the right direction when it comes to diagnosing autism.
The health equity and disparity issues are beginning to show some promise.
Early detection is critical. The Autism Speaks organization says treatment has a greater impact when children are young.
This report also is a call to action for us to develop more culturally informed intervention services that are able to meet these families where they are at.
Robin Nance, 4 News Now.
Another CDC report released last week shows the U.S. suffered setbacks in early detection of autism in 2020 during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic.
A new study by researchers at the University of Michigan and Johns Hopkins shows that up to 1/3 of adults with chronic pain resorted to cannabis for pain control. But did it help? More than half of those people reported that cannabis helped them reduce their reliance on pain medications, including opiates. Although there were a few, less than 1%, who reported it led to them using more medications. The survey was completed in states with active medical cannabis programs, and it has limitations, but it indicates that for some in chronic pain looking to reduce pain medications, the grass could be a green alternative. A local military veteran gets the shock of his life at age 30.
A couple of years ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer, and it's a trend that's on the rise. Younger people are being diagnosed with this type of cancer more than ever before. It prompted the medical community to lower the age of colonoscopy screenings from 50 to 45 just 2 years ago. Andrew Keating found out he had colon cancer a different way after going to an urgent care. But the big question here is why? His doctors think it may be because of exposure to burn pits, trash-fueled fires that spewed toxic chemicals where he was stationed in Afghanistan.
I always knew that something probably bad was going to happen because of the burn pits, but never thought it was going to happen this early.
So there's a lot of reasons that we don't quite know why we're seeing this rise in colorectal cancer in younger people.
Well, burn pits may be part of the cause for Keating, but experts say several other factors may be contributing to this rise. Colorectal cancer is expected to become the leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the U.S. by 2030, but there are ways to catch it early, and treatment is improving all the time. We'll explain how Keating is using his faith to move forward as a husband and a father to young kids. It's a local story you'll see first on 4 News Now tomorrow at 6.
University of Utah senior Lauren McCluskey.
You have a powerful institution.
A lot of troubling information was never public until now.
The stunning investigation.
Could Lauren's life have been saved?
2020, Friday night on ABC.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
McCafe Iced Coffee is the perfect reward for those mornings that deserve a reward. Get a medium iced coffee, any flavor, for just $2. Take a treat retreat. Available all day at McDonald's.
Those were the days. Here's to yesterday.
Watch All in the Family, Sundays beginning at 8 over the air on KXLY 4.2.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
There's a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of, I donated this vehicle. And that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
Would you look at that?
It's beautiful. Wow. That's our boy.
So proud. There's no better morning than a buy one, get one for $1 morning at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Nice day tomorrow. It is going to be a breezy day. High temperatures in the mid-50s. We stay in the mid-50s for Wednesday. Then things start to change a little bit toward the end of the work week, but it is the weekend where we bring in some wet and cool weather, possibly even some snow mixing in with the rain. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. Back to the breaking news we brought you at the start of the hour. 3 young students and 3 adults were killed in a school shooting in Nashville this morning. We're just learning the suspected shooter, who is now dead, fired at officers from a second-story window in the school. We'll continue to update you on any more breaking details on 4 News Now. And coming up on Nightside, we're going to have more on that. We're looking at that breaking news, and we're probably going to have more on those tornadoes in Mississippi as well, so we have plenty to watch for. We're also going to look at the city council tonight. We know there's some local organizations asking for the police chief to step down.
Yeah, and we are going to continue to follow all of this breaking news for you on KXLY.com. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker will have your weather forecast. A lot to look forward to.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.